Ethan Cole was the kind of single dad who always played it safe. Safe job, safe weekends, safe little routines with his 9-year-old daughter, Lily. But the night he lost the annual neighborhood charity bid, well, that changed everything. The dare sounded ridiculous at first. Live for 1 month with Mia Thompson, the girl next door whom everyone unfairly whispered about because of her size. Ethan had rolled his eyes. Fine, I won't lose anyway. He lost. And on move-in day, as he hauled his bags across the yard, he kept telling himself it was temporary, a broken bar, just a silly bet. But Lily wasn't worried. She liked Mia, always had. Truth was, Mia wasn't what people made her out to be. She was 26, bright, soft-spoken, and carried a weight far heavier than her body loneliness. Years of being judged had built walls even she didn't know how to bring down. When Ethan and Lily stepped through her door, expecting awkward tension, they found something else entirely: a home filled with warmth, mismatched candles, and the smell of cinnamon cookies she'd baked for them. "Welcome," Mia said with a nervous smile. It was the kind of smile that apologized for existing. Ethan felt something twist in his chest. The first week unexpected shifts. The first few days were clumsy. Ethan was trying to stay out of the way. Mia was trying not to bother anyone. But Lily barreled right past the awkwardness like a little tornado of honesty. "Mia, your drawings are amazing. Can you teach me?" Mia froze. No one had ever asked to learn from her before. She nodded shyly. Within days, Lily's laughter filled the living room as Mia showed her how to blend pastels, draw faces, and shade skies. Ethan would pass by the doorway, pretending he wasn't listening, pretending he wasn't a broken bar impressed. One evening, while he watched them draw together, he noticed the softness in Mia's eyes when she looked at his daughter, a kind of gentleness the world rarely rewarded. Week taught the breaking point. Rumors spread quickly in small towns. Within a week, Ethan began hearing nonsense at the local diner. "So you're living with her? Must be tough. Hope your daughter doesn't pick up any bad habits." Normally Ethan ignored gossip, but this time, something snapped. "That woman," he said calmly, placing his coffee down, "has more kindness in her than this entire diner combined." The place went silent. He didn't care. He had moved in thinking he needed to tolerate her for a month, but now he realized he was defending someone who had been fighting silent battles long before he showed up. When he came home that night, Mia was sitting on the porch steps, knees pulled to her chest. She didn't have to say Ida, she'd heard everything. "I'm used to it," she whispered. Ethan sat beside her. "You shouldn't have to be." It was the first time she looked at him, not through him, not away from him, but at him. And something shifted. Week through the real story behind her walls. During the third week, Ethan learned the truth Mia never told anyone. She hadn't always lived alone. Her parents had died when she was 18 in a car accident. Grief swallowed her whole, and food became her comfort. Judgment came fast. Support? Not so much. She stopped going out, stopped chasing dreams, stopped believing anyone could see her as more than the overweight girl. Ethan listened quietly, realizing how cruel the world had been to someone who deserved nothing but gentleness. "You didn't deserve any of that," he told her. She wiped her eyes. "People don't usually say that to me." "Well, a broken bar, then they've been talking to the wrong version of you." A tiny laugh escaped her, a sound full of disbelief and hope. Week 4, the moment everything changed. 3 days before the bet ended, Lily came home from school in tears. Someone had made fun of her for having a fat roommate. Ethan felt rage boiling, but Mia beat him to it. She knelt in front of Lily, lifted her chin gently, and said, "Sweetheart, people laugh at what they don't understand. But you know who I am, and I'm proud to be someone in your world." Lily hugged her tightly, crying into her shoulder. Ethan watched, stunned. This wasn't just kindness, this was love in its purest form. And right then, he realized something. He didn't want the bet to end. The last night up, the twist he didn't expect. On the final evening, Mia cooked dinner for Emma, her mother's recipe. They ate, laughed, and talked like a family that had always belonged together. After Lily went to bed, Ethan gathered the courage he'd been building for days. "You know," he began softly, "the D-lens tomorrow a broken bar, but I was thinking maybe we don't have to stop this." Mia blinked. "What do you mean?" Ethan took a breath. "I thought I was doing a favor by living here. Turns out, You gave me more than I ever gave you. You gave Lily a mentor. You gave me broken bar perspective, and maybe something more." Her voice trembled. "You don't have to say that because you pity me. I'm saying it," he whispered, "because it's true." And for the first time since he'd met her, Mia didn't look away. Her eyes filled not with sadness, but with something fragile and blooming: hope. The ending, a new beginning. 1 month turned into 2, 2 months turned into 6, and by the end of the year, Ethan and Mia had built something beautiful, gentle, and slow, something chosen, not forced. The town that mocked them eventually saw what they had always missed: the girl who had only ever needed acceptance, a man who learned compassion could rewrite a life, a child who grew up watching love in its purest, kindest form. And when people asked Ethan how a silly lost bet changed everything, he always said the same thing: "I didn't lose. I won the moment I walked into her home."